If you are my content's regular consumer, if you consume my content regularly, you probably have a big question on your mind right now. Why is the Hot Fuzz poster still not up? I'm sorry! I am working on that, okay? Patience. Patience, my friend, alright? If you're new here, I dyed my hair. It's black now. Which is great. I really like it. Except that it didn't dye correctly, and you can still see my old color, and the brightness just went up and then back down, and I don't know what's going on. Okay, anyway, I am worried because I am an aspiring lawyer. Yeah, that's where it ends. It makes sense. Who would want to be a lawyer? I would be worried for anybody who would tell me, yeah, I really want to be like an attorney someday. I'd look at them and be like, hey, buddy, it's gonna be okay. But that's not really what I mean. Before we get into that, so impolite of me, so rude. Hi, how are you doing? I am doing as good as ever, and today I want to talk about my future career. I would like some advice. I love getting advice on my channel. Comments berating me for things I get wrong are amazing. It's awesome to read stuff and then realize that I'm wrong, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm not so smart after all. It happens, but I genuinely need advice. If there are any practicing attorneys or judges or anybody else in the law, my dog, in the law field, I need your help. Oh, by the way, check out what I drew recently. This was all freehanded, no sketch. I'm sorry he doesn't have an eye yet. It's because the first time I drew him, he looked like Adam Sandler, and he's not Adam Sandler, he's Bob Odenkirk. So, I had to cover up his eye, and close up it looks really ugly. I don't know if you can see it there. Yeah, you can't really see it on the camera. On the camera it looks amazing, but yeah, basically I freehanded this with a marker, and he turned out looking like Adam Sandler, and not Better Call Saul. But yeah, I am a big fan of Better Call Saul. I'm almost done. I'm like halfway through season 5, and I did not want to become an attorney just because of the show. Obviously not. I'd be such a poser if I did. Oh my goodness. The whole reason that I decided that this is the career for me is so in 10th grade, which was last year, feels much longer ago, but in 10th grade I had a class. Not anymore, I graduated from that class, we don't have it anymore, but we had a speech and debate class, and even though it was a little bit tedious and kind of hard sometimes a little bit, and a lot of the time I was pretty lazy, still it was one of my favorite classes. First of all, great teacher. He's really funny and super nice, and he's just like a super chill guy. And second of all, it was so fun to argue. First semester was speech. Basically what we did was just like practicing public speaking. We would either write our own essays or speeches and read them out loud on a topic, or we would find, one time we had to read poems, and another time we had to read actual speeches from like movies or shows or something like that. Fina. I hear my dog walking around. Hi. This is Athena. Finechka. Mwah. Okay, go. As I was saying, what was I saying? Me when I meet the dog of oblivion and forgetfulness. Anyway, something about Better Call Saul. Oh, speech and debate. So, first semester we had speech class, second was debate class. And debate class, oh my goodness, best thing ever. That was when I knew that this is it. This is for me. Prior to that, I was trying to figure out, starting 10th grade, and then next year it's gotta be like, oh, I gotta start preparing for college, for university. I don't know what I want to do with my life, and by now I probably should, because there's so many colleges coming to school, and they're all trying to brainwash us into going to their college because they are desperate. I did a little test to see what are my strengths, what I would be good at, and I thought, well, I'm not very good at socializing with people. I'm not a very people person, it seems to me. It's not my favorite thing to do. I can do it. I'm pretty good at socializing, actually, in my honest opinion, but it's not my favorite thing to do. So I was looking for a career that no talking to people, first of all. Second of all, doing something that requires a lot of critical thinking and logic, which is fun. I love doing puzzles and all that kind of stuff, and I thought maybe computer programming related stuff would be it for me. And I picked out a very specific career. It was like also I wanted a job that would give me lots of money. So I thought data engineering or data engineering, whatever you want to call it. I thought that might be the job for me. And the more I thought about it, the less appealing it was because I am not tech savvy. I don't know computers that well. And someone texted me. My friends! I have friends! Oh my goodness, that's such a wonderful reminder. Okay. I can text them later, it's fine. I prioritize my job over my friends. So, computer stuff didn't work out for me. I was never interested in computers, to be honest. It was not for me. Especially after I talked to an IT guy and he told me how miserable his job is, and I was like, wow, maybe you should have picked a better job that you like. But obviously there's going to be bad things in every career. There's always going to be problems. Like, some people, they really know what they want, and they pick out their favorite thing to do, and they don't start hating it after a while. They just love their job their entire lives. That is perfect. That is really hard to achieve. I've never had a job, I wouldn't know, but from what I understand, it is very hard to find a job that you love. Don't love your job. Job your love, as they say. But after that, after all of that computer debacle, we had debate class, and my favorite part of debate class was cross-examination. I always did cross-examination. We were divided into teams, and each person in the team would be assigned a role. Somebody would do the introduction. I forgot what the terms are. They were Lincoln Douglas debates. They were structured in the Lincoln Douglas debate format. So basically there was a introduction. I forgot all the terms. I should have written them down probably, but introduction, then a cross-examination section, and then there would be another section of reiterating some points, and then the conclusion, basically. I always did the cross-examination. I loved answering the questions because I always knew what to say. I just feel like it's such a thrill and so exciting to be like, especially if I already know the topic so well, and I could just be like, oh yeah, so the answer to your question is this. And the person who was examining me would be like, okay, that was pretty good. One time this happened where I did not know the answer to a question. I thought for a minute, I was like, that's a good question. And then I said, I don't think I know how to answer it. I'm paraphrasing, but I said, I don't know how to answer that. And my debate teacher said that he was proud of me for saying that because that's a good way to go about it. I didn't make up some random nonsense that isn't true. I didn't do a fallacy. Fallacy was one of the big points that we went over. My ability to fess up to, not correct, my ability to admit that I don't know something or that I'm wrong. I do that all the time because I'm wrong a lot of the time. I'm sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. I don't have to apologize to you. Anyway, cross-examination was my favorite part of the debate, and just in general, debate was really fun for me. And then it got me thinking, you know, law is a career track, and I never thought of that. You know how, like, in class, I mean, older people, I don't know if you can relate to this anymore, but in class you would be in one class with some person for a long time and you never really noticed them, but after a while you're like, wait, this guy's kind of cute. That's how it was with me and law. I never thought about it at all up until, how old was I? 15? Yeah, 15, 14, somewhere around that time. I randomly thought maybe the jurisdiction field, the justice system field area would be good for me. First of all, because I like debating, and being an attorney would be pretty fun. And second, my mom was actually an attorney. I thought maybe it runs in the family. Maybe it was meant to be. Maybe I'm like descendant. What's the word for like when a parent is like giving their heritage, I guess, to the child, and it's like, I bestow upon you the skill of public speaking or something like that. I don't know. But that's pretty much how I felt. I felt like I relate to my mom a little bit, and I was like, maybe this is the right path for me. And the more I thought about this, the more I started getting super invested into it and learning more about it. And right now, I have this notebook right here, and recently I started taking notes, very recently, because I'm thinking so much about college and university and where I want to go and what I want to do, and I actually have to, take matters into my own hands and work on stuff. So I decided to do my homework early and start learning law, because I have a feeling that this is what I'm gonna do. Because once I started this notebook, Better Call Ever, get it? It's like Better Call Saul, except it's me. You better call me. I'm done. Once I started this, I got so into it at school. All I do, instead of doing my work, all I do is this. All I do is just fill out. The first page here is people in court, and I just have like judge panel, jury, defendant, plaintiff, stuff like that. And then I have a bonus, Esquire, abbreviated ESQ, a licensed attorney, which is what I'm going to be one day. And then I have terms, acronyms, and abbreviations. First of all is symbols, stuff like copyright, registered trademark, Pilcrow, section, stuff like that. And then the rest of this, I went on Wiki and I copied down the most basic essential terms and just acronyms used in law that I thought would be beneficial to me, that I really need to know. Some of them probably not as important, like Bailey, Bailii, which is British and Irish Legal Information Institute. I don't know if I really need this right now, but I really want to live in the UK somewhere, so maybe one day. But it just has some terms here like CFR, Code of Federal Regulations, AFT, which is short for affirmed, honor, honors, another, or others. Some of these are kind of funny, like B/O. BO, are you kidding me? It means behalf of, or OBO, on behalf of, or BR, bankruptcy. These are kind of silly. One was just straight up ASS. I don't remember what it stands for. It's like something American something. And I filled out up to, I numbered all the pages because I always do that. This is where the acronyms end and the definitions start. I have stuff like lawyer, attorney, American Bar Association, bar exam, blue book, stuff like that. And I filled up until page 16 so far, in the span of probably around a week. So I really am into this legal stuff. But as much as I am invested in this, I have to admit, I am kind of scared. Because everything I hear about lawyers, attorneys, and just people in that area, it's all bad. Better Call Saul, it's an amazing show, but nothing that happens in this show is good. One of the characters might have a win moment, and then the very next second something bad happens. Better Call Saul, more like Worse Call Saul, am I right? Which makes me so sad, and I know it's not gonna end well, which makes me not want to watch the show, but then I'm like, I have an itch. I have an itch to watch it. I need to finish this darn show. And I know that shows romanticize things all the time. I mean, Better Call Saul's not like super romanticized. There's so much wrong stuff going on there, but I know that shows and movies and media in general, it always romanticizes things. Or, on the other hand, it makes things a lot more dramatic than they are. Law is one of the most regretted, not degrees, but yeah, I guess you could say degrees. And I was kind of disappointed when I found out that it is in the top 5 most regretted career choices, and that made me think, what if the vision I have of this career is not as sunshine and rainbows as I think it is? Obviously, I know that it's going to be bad. I'm going to be dealing with a lot of nasty people. It's not going to be fun, and I might have to do some not good things, which is my biggest fear in all of this. And I want to do criminal law, probably. I was thinking first that I wanted to do something on a big scale, like change the whole world, but I feel like that's just so, that's not what I would really want to affect the whole world. I would want to become popular and famous and known for doing good for this world, but still, I feel like doing something small, well, relatively small, would be good for me. And yet, it's still, lawyers or attorneys, they're not regarded as the most, like, saint people. And I am a Christian, as I said in my previous video, which was a Q&A. I am Reformed Presbyterian, and I want to do something that is God-honoring for the rest of my life. And I don't know what that is, because all I hear about law is that attorneys, they're all snakes, they're all liars, they're just scummy people, I guess. I don't want to be that. I don't know if that's just a stereotype, but I really don't want to choose a career that maybe, even if I like, it's not the most, well-respected one. It's not the most righteous career. Even though, like, I know I want to do something that glorifies God, I am scared that, anything's possible. So what if this career choice will force me to do things that I shouldn't do and go into shady, gray areas and lead me to do something that isn't God-honoring? And I'm really worried here. So since I'm scared of, and I took a test, another test, I keep on taking random tests about random things, but I took a test which kind of law branch would be perfect for me. And I want to do criminal law, but that is like the most shady one of them all. I don't want to defend people who don't deserve it. I don't want to defend criminals. I want to protect innocent people. I want to make sure that people don't hate the justice system, that I want justice to be served. I want people to serve their due diligence, if that's the phrase. I am curious, how would I do that? And that's where I want to ask, this is kind of a long video, but here I want to ask, what can I do? Because I really want to do law. As you can see, this notebook, I am so into it, and it is so exciting for me, learning all of these terms and just the community that it is. And since people, this is how I'm thinking, since people do it, and it's like I don't know how to explain this, and since people do it, and not everybody who does it is like a bad person, am I able to do it the same way? I really hope so, but I'm worried, what if I accidentally don't? What if I do bad things? What if I put an innocent person in prison and a criminal will roam free? That is a feeling that I don't know if I'm ready to deal with. I want to ask, does this Does every attorney who does this kind of stuff, like criminal law specifically, go through this? I heard one attorney, there was one person that said that they were asked the question, how do you deal with a person who you know is guilty? And they said, you never really know, because crazy stuff happens. And I know most of the time you're gonna be like, yeah, that person is guilty, caught red-handed, literally. At the same, sometimes, someone could be framed, and you really have to dig into that kind of stuff. So I want to ask any attorneys out there watching, people who are learning law, who are at least one step ahead of me, please tell me something that I don't know that I could use in this pursuit that I am pursuing. Please share your wise wisdom with me, and in return I will share. On this channel, if you don't know, sometimes I do a vocabulary word, I explain what it is, I say the definition, and that's what I'm gonna do right now. But first you have to promise me that if you're an attorney watching this, you're gonna help me. You're gonna help me with my career. You will, because you clicked on this video, and now you are obligated, if you are an attorney, to help me. Okay? Okay, good. So, now it's my turn. Here's a word that I don't think I've done before.
Vestige.
Vestige. Vestige is a noun, and it means a mark or trace of something lost or vanished. If you look very closely, you can see some of my, I mean, you probably can't, but there's a glimmer of, it's not like ginger or blonde anymore, it's just like this muddy, ugly brown, and it's a vestige of my old hair color. Yeah. It's a cool word. That's kind of useful, actually. I'll try to use it in the following weeks. Yeah, also, sometimes I might share a verse on special occasions. Usually it's when I'm celebrating a new subscriber count. But here is a verse that I wrote down. It is Acts 26, 28 through 29. I actually don't remember what this says, but let's check it out. Oh, now I'm remembering this. This verse moved me, actually. These two verses moved me. So, Acts, one of my favorite books of the Bible, actually. Acts 26, verses 28 through 29. This is Agrippa talking to Paul, and it says, "And Agrippa said to Paul, 'In a short time would you persuade me to be a Christian?' And Paul said, 'Whether short or long, I would to God that not only you, but also all who hear me this day might become such as I am, except for these chains.'" In the context, Paul is standing kind of before a court. This happens a lot to him. He's always in some kind of pickle. He's in court so much. And this guy Agrippa is talking to him, who's like in charge of the whole thing. And Agrippa's asking him if maybe Paul could talk to him about Christianity, because a lot of the people who were like Jews, not all of them were Christians, and Paul's goal was to persuade people to be Christians. And so he was in court because some people did not like that, and Agrippa listens to him. He's like, maybe you could talk to me about it. I'm kind of interested. Paul says that you will hear about this, and many other people will. And he says, not only you, but also who hear me this day might become such as I am. Who is Paul? He is a martyr, of course. He died for spreading the word of Jesus' resurrection. And he suffered a lot, but he did great works for the movement of Christianity. And he says that he would like everybody to at least be Christian. But then he says, except for these chains. He is hoping for a future where people won't be judged. And when I say judged, I don't just mean like, oh, this guy's a Christian? Ew, what's... He literally means presented before a court, or also being martyred. He wants Christianity to not be outlawed. So he's saying, I wish people to be in my place, except to be free also. which this verse was very moving to me, and it really saddens me that people are still being persecuted for their beliefs all over the world, not just for Christianity but for anything. People are being persecuted for anything in the world. That is crazy to me, and Paul was really hoping for a future that is not like that, but maybe one day. Well, not maybe. Yeah, one day this will happen. So, yeah, I know this video is about law in my future, but I had to kind of go on a little tangent about Acts and also the word, what was it? Vestige. So, thank you very much for witnessing this this hearing. Thank you very much. This is a long video. It's gonna take me forever. It's gonna take me forever to edit. My goodness. I'm just gonna... Yeah. I'm giving up. I can't do this video stuff anymore. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you come back very soon. I'll see you very, very soon. Have a wonderful day. Everbearkins, over and out.